recommend some standalone books from multiple genres. We've got romance, fantasy, I'm pretty sure I've got thrillers in here too. Sometimes you just don't want to start a series, and to be honest, I'm in the middle of way too many to be starting another one. First up, let's start with the thought-provoking ones. First one is A Man Called Ove. I did not expect to love this book as much as I did. You may go into this and think, how am I going to love this book? This guy is literally so annoying and I don't understand why he's so grumpy all the time. You'll learn to love him, I promise. This book made me think a lot more than I thought it was going to, and I honestly wish I had tabbed it. At the beginning, I really didn't think I was going to love it as much as I did. On a similar note to A Man Called Ove, another sort of character-driven and thought-provoking book, we've got Cleopatra and Frankenstein. Again, took me by complete surprise. However, look at the amount of annotations in this book. I could not stop. It was like every second sentence was a tabbable quote. Also, the characters were so flawed, and yet I understood every single time they did something stupid exactly where they were coming from. Next up, we've got romance, and actually a lot of these are part of interconnected romance series. However, they're interconnected standalones, so I'm going with them anyway. First, we've got Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. I loved this so much. I always thought to myself, why does everyone love this so much? It's just another romance. How am I going to really love it that much? It's again one of those impressive books where right from the beginning I was intrigued and it just continued to get better, and she just didn't do anything that pissed me off. I feel like in romance books it's very easy to have tropes or the characters do annoying things that kind of put me off. I didn't feel like this at all. We're still talking about romance, but we're moving away from the deeper romance and more into like the lighthearted, fun, I'm here for the vibes romance. I absolutely love Tessa Bailey. When I just need something where I can switch my brain off completely, I go straight to her. I'm obsessed with her, and the Opair Affair is my absolute favourite from her so far. This one is, again, technically part of her sports interconnected romance series. However, you don't need to read one before the other. Like, honestly, it's fine. The MMC was so good. The whole thing was so good. I also hadn't read like a single dad sort of trope, let alone single dad and nanny trope, so this ended up being really fun and very different to what I normally read. Moving on to a bit more fantasy. Now, to be honest, it is so hard to find a standalone fantasy. I don't actually think I've read much at all, but the one that always comes to mind is The Invisible Life of Addy Laroo. It's definitely slow-paced, but in a good way for me. I really enjoyed it. I know some people didn't vibe with it, but this is an absolute 5-star from me, and it is the first book to ever make me cry, so it'll always have a special place in my heart. And finally, we've got 2 thrillers. First one, None of This Is True. If you haven't read this yet, you need to. And if you love an audiobook, you need to listen to it, because this is one of the best audiobooks I think I've ever read. This is the only book of mine that my husband has ever said, oh, that audiobook sounds really interesting. I need to read the physical book. And finally, The Wolf Tree. Probably the only book that's ever made me actually feel creeped out. I just felt so creeped out reading this book. I don't even really know what it was. It was just the vibes. The book just created the best vibes.